Hello, my name is Narsokanai, and this is how I died while attempting to survive 100 days hardcore Minecraft underwater only. Now, I will say, the first thing you're going to want to do when you spawn into your world is find a shipwreck, because it's going to have resources necessary to attempting this challenge. Plus, what's the point of living underwater without your very own Flying Dutchman? Bonus points if it's a warm ocean because drowned are less likely to spawn, making your journey just a little easier. But anyways, let's get into the video. Day number 1. We had found a sunken ship and it was time to say goodbye to the surface forever. After searching around for a minute, I found our holy grail, the simple door. While underwater, it prevents me from drowning and gives me an infinite source of oxygen, which from here I can start looking around for food and other resources, specifically by looting this chest. Great haul. I got some carrots, charcoal, and bamboo, including some enchanted pants, all big necessities and a huge win for the start of this playthrough. From here, I can start collecting some wood and begin to try expanding my base of operations. I tried digging down, and that was a fail until I remembered that the shipwreck was beached. I started to carve into the island. And after messing with my settings for a minute, I was making quite a lot of progress. And soon after, I had a dark hole to house my hopes and dreams. I placed a chest and crafting table to make it a little more homely, and I even found some iron on the first night. I am on a roll. From there, I built some torches because I'm scared of the dark, and continued the excavations. A day of work in Minecraft is never finished. It is now the morning of day 2. Not that you would know because we're in a dark hole, but I realized I didn't like how short my ceilings were, and so I decided to dig down another block, and then up a block because I'm indecisive, only to have my cave flood. Oh no! After plugging up the holes in my life, I looked and realized it needed some sticks, so I decided to build a bamboo farm, which thankfully does not need any sunlight or dirt. I decided to head back and start clearing the water from the first room of the ship. As much as I like dark holes, I would rather live in a pirate ship. There, that's better. It will take a while, but eventually the whole ship will look like this. But then I realized it was time for a mine, so I built a mine shaft, complete with a walled perimeter, gate, and roof cover. Wait, what? By the morning of day 3, I was still clearing out my new mine shaft room. After all, it is the name of the game. I had found some copper, though I wasn't quite sure what my plan for it was. Though I might just make some armor, I finished my expansion and began mining, though I didn't find anything else. I also got bored and decided to mix it up by clearing out more of my ship. It may be slow, but block by block, I will be sailing the high seas in no time. I will admit these trapdoors were a pain in the rear, but I am excited to get some windows installed. After all, I am in a coral reef and might as well take in the sights around me. Though if I don't find some dirt soon, then I might not be making it very far in this world, considering the only food I have to my name is 4 carrots. On day 4, I finished clearing out the bottom floor of my pirate ship. I really like how it's coming together. And after finding some more copper while plugging holes in my roof, I decided to collect more sand, and I was finally ready for my next project. My main issue at the moment has been not having enough coal to feel comfortable lighting the furnace to smelt ores, so my solution was bamboo. When made into block form, it burns pretty well, so I began to expand my bamboo farm, trying to make the roof a lot taller as to collect more bamboo per stalk, finally allowing me to start smelting. Though while I was expanding, I was lucky enough to find some dirt to help me start my carrot farm. I'm not sure how I'm going to get a bed, so I'm going to have to get used to hearing these phantoms every night. Day 5. I mostly just continued expanding the farm while waiting on my carrots to grow. I may be starving, but these carrots are all I have. The renovations continued into day 6. My main plan was to create this big drop-off to allow my bamboo to grow taller, though I made sure to keep it lit up the whole time. You can never have too much light. Afterwards, I decided it finally was time to put some windows on my pirate ship, so I needed to first farm some sand, which I was very careful, and as soon as I saw it drowned, I rushed back inside. There's no reason to be dying over sand. I also made myself some copper armor and a copper axe. I didn't think it would be much better, but it feels a lot better, and it is way more stylish in my opinion. Afterwards, I continued my expansion of my pirate ship. While finishing it up, I realized I forgot to loot this chest on the top, which had diamonds. Hell yeah. Only one though, so I need a few more, but hey, I'll take it. I also found a buried treasure map at some point. I was wrong, it's not a buried treasure map, it was just a normal map. I then decided to renovate the bottom floor of the pirate ship. On the morning of day 8, I finished the renovations. I think these larger windows combined with the extra space will really help it all tie together and look quite homey. I wasn't recording the rest of day 8, I'm not sure why. I mostly just mined but didn't find anything interesting. Now it's day 9, and I still wasn't recording, just continued mining. I finally finished mining on day 10 and finally picked up the recording. I discovered a cave system that I was quite excited to explore. Though I was also very scared that it might be the end of me, and because of that, I was very careful to get prepared and start building out a safe way to attack the mobs. I also found a lot of iron and was very excited. During my preparation, I fully suited up into some iron armor and killed a lot of mobs while trying to think of a way to tackle this cave. Day 11, I mostly just tackled a few side objectives, like remodeling my top floor of the pirate ship, collecting food, and putting away extra resources in preparation of my spelunking. I decided to add bamboo slabs to my nook to make me feel a little bit safer. I then continued on to build a small fort to give myself a base of operations. This also included an iron door that took me way too long to figure out how to get to properly function. But once I finished the fort and begun the process on day 12, which if you haven't checked the video you will realize I don't make it much longer, I left my little hole and decided to throw torches everywhere. Doing this, I then ran into a skeleton, and while I wasn't paying attention, I quickly got swarmed, and while trying to run back to my hidey hole would fail escaping, and this would be where I take my final stand, dying. I'll be honest, even though I didn't make it very far, this hurt very much, and I was extremely disappointed to die here. In my ignorance, I did think I might actually make it to 100 days, though I was sadly incorrect. I probably spent the next 30 minutes just looking at my world in spectator mode, wishing I was a little bit more careful. But in the end, it was never enough anyways. But if by any chance you would like to see me attempt this again, then please leave a like and a comment, plus don't forget to subscribe, so that you can see when I upload. If this video reaches 200 likes, then I will make a second attempt, but till then, have a good rest of your night. Bye.